All right, guys, so what I'm about to show you is how to use MCP inside of Claude Desktop. And the reason why this is interesting and important is because MCP is going to become very common and popular in the future, probably in the near future. So what MCP does is it allows you to use AI and so therefore natural language to interact with any third-party software tool. So you can imagine Canva or even Microsoft Office, but other stuff like Midjourney or maybe tools that give you information like sports news or real-time data of any kind. Most major software tools have an API, and that's what MCP does. It allows AI to interact with an API. So instead of having to understand coding or how to make an HTTP API call, which of course takes a bunch of learning and patience and trial and error and the whole nine, you can just say, go here and do this. And so why is that special or important for us? Because it basically means that you could be doing the laundry or the dishes and your AI can be off doing important stuff like making content or researching something for you. So this is really, agents have been important in 2024, but what they're not really going to be useful until they can use tools and use them effectively. Basically, you want them to be grounded in real life data. The biggest problem with AI is they make things up and they hallucinate. So what MCP does is gives them real world tools so that they can have actual knowledge, factual grounded knowledge and data to perform their tasks. So that's why I wanted to show you, and this is early days for this, but right now I'm going to demonstrate how to research using search data provided by Google and then find a keyword and then get all the data for those search results back, then study and analyze it, then create it into a blog article for my specific niche and my topic, and then lastly, create an image for that blog article and then load it all up to WordPress without having to touch any of those services, just right from my Claude. So I hope you like that, and that's what we're about to do. Thank you. All right, guys, so today what I wanted to do is demo MCP when integrated with Claude Desktop and what it can do in terms of content marketing and SEO. So I have integrated the tool DataForSEO, which is an API that allows us to acquire keyword data and search data and backlink data. This article right here contains some ready-made SEO prompts for use with an MCP server. So what I'm going to do is just come right down here, and I'm going to use this one, generate SEO-friendly articles that directly answer user questions. So what I want to do is use these tools to quickly make content for my blog, We Love Horoscope. So I'm just going to copy that right there. I'll come over here, and one thing I have noticed when testing and when using this MCP is that you have to really limit the AI. Otherwise, it tends to bring back too much data. And when you're calling the APIs via an MCP server, all of the content of the API calls themselves count toward your context window, which means your token limit for the amount of words that you can have in one session with Claude. So it's very important that we limit them. So I'm going to say, please use your MCP tool for data for SEO and show me question base for Libra. Libra is coming up in the month of October. So yes, the horoscope sign. Now strictly limit it to 20 question-based keywords, no more. Okay, so let's give it a shot. part of the interesting part of this, of using MCP is that or using Claude really, is that it's giving you it's thinking what its thoughts are and what it's doing. So you know that it's actually using the tool. And then here we can actually see it querying Libra and United States in English. And there you go. Perfect. I found 50 question-based keywords for Libra. Here are exactly 20 with each of the search volume greater than 30. So this is all I wanted to do here with this, is get these and make a quick blog article with one of these guys. So now, actually, the one thing we would like for these is keyword difficulty. It would be nice. So that's what I'll do. Are you able to find the keyword difficulty for these 20 question-based keywords? Let's see. I suspect that they're probably all quite difficult. What is Libra is quite difficult. I can't expect to rank in the top 10 for this one with my little We Love Horoscope site. Okay, yeah, so I brought it back right there. Boom. So yeah, Libra is what animal? Best opportunity. Look, he did it for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now decide on this keyword, and then I'm going to say, now use your Apify MCP tool and return the first 3 search engine result pages for the term. Return only 3 URLs, the first 3 that rank for this term only. So we limited it again. Let's try that. So I'm setting it to Apify to scrape the web, do a Google search, and just get the top search engine results for this term. So look, he's got 5 here. Okay, I need to allow it. So he says, yeah, I've got to do, here's what I'm using. He lists the search actors. Then he's doing scraper link for Google SERP results. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You have to obviously click allow each time. Obviously, there's some security concerns. So I think that's a good thing. Calls the actor. Top 3 results, 10, yeah, 10. So he makes like a value judgment there. I think that's cool. It's calling the actor. Libra is what animal? So this is probably going to be a short one, naturally. Okay. So it is critical that we limit it to very few. Otherwise, it would return dozens, and then the maximum amount of words per chat with Claude would be quickly reached, and then we would have to start over, which is not the worst thing, but yeah, I'm trying to be as efficient as possible. So the Times of India, AZ Animals, Slideshow, Libra Spirit Animals, yeah, good, and then Reddit. So that's quite good. So what we'll do is now, all right, so what I'm going to do is open up a new conversation with Claude. I'm going to copy paste my links and my prompt here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take one prompt, I'm going to ask it to scrape and return the results 1 link at a time. Hopefully that will be below its context, its given context token count for this single chat. Okay, so this is very nice. That's very nice. This is exactly what we wanted, to get just the content. Okay, so now let's see how far we can go. I've got the other 2. I'm just going to give him one more. And let's see. Now do the same for this link. Use your MCP tool for Firecrawl and bring back the text only, disregard everything unnecessary. Okay, let's give it a try. Yeah, so only main content means that it will not scrape the header and the footer. So that's obviously good. That's the default. Okay, so then it brings back. So I think that it's critical to tell it to get rid of everything. If you don't do that, it's going to bring back a ton of other stuff. But this is interesting. So we know that, oh yeah, so yeah, Libra's already started. Libra's already started, seeing as today is the 29th. But this is a very good, relevant and related topic that we can use to inform our blog. Okay, and so it's still going. There's quite a bit of data, quite a bit of information. Okay. Lots of data. So it's pretty good. So much data. This is probably why it's ranking number 2. And I guess the third one is Reddit. So this one will be a short one. Okay. Yes. Okay. Here is the third. It looks like a Reddit thread. Just bring back the pertinent, meaningful comments only. Okay, so the bringing the Reddit thread into this is actually pretty useful. It obviously is ranking high for a reason, and user-generated content tends to be more human, and also it's varied and a bit colored. So here we go. Oh, yeah, they're gonna have to get Firecrawl to, oh, that's Firecrawl doesn't support Reddit. Aha, okay. So actually, yeah, he's, okay, yeah. So we need to go back to Apify for that. Aha. Okay, so that's actually a cool little bump in the road. I think that's actually useful and interesting. All right, so it has finally come back with that. So Reddit discussion, what animal best represents Libra? And this is just absolutely perfect. So these are actual users, and so that's just perfect. Okay, so we've got what we wanted. We have used DataForSEO to get the keyword search data and the keyword difficulty. We've selected a long-tailed question keyword, key phrase that fits our needs, and then I have scraped the SERPs for this phrase and returned the top 3 search results. Then I have one by one scraped them using Firecrawl or Apify. And so now I have the data of all 3. I suspect we're going to hit the content limit for this conversation, this chat right now. So what I'm going to do is probably take them one by one. And so is it animals? So that's the first one. So we're going to take this one. And what we'll do is we'll come over here and go like that. And then we'll go back to our chats here. This, I believe, will stay. Yeah. And then we'll come back to get the second one, which will be this long one. Okay. So I can grab that. And then when we go back over here, this one will still be there. So that, I like that. That's a nice sort of function of Claude, is that this new chat sort of interface remains or is saved while you're accessing the other one. Okay, last but not least, so here we are, and we'll go back over here to this one. So we've got all 3. So I have given you the complete results of 3 very pertinent texts regarding now. All right, so I've given you the complete results of 3 very pertinent texts regarding the keyword phrase Libra is what animal? Now we will create an outline using our own words and in an attempt to make the master or best collection of all the thoughts and contributions on this topic that currently exists on the web as of, so I'm going to put this, I just thought 2025. So what we're going to do is try to rank for this search term by being relevant. Let's go ahead and give them, so make an outline using this content. We plan to post this article on welovehoroscope.com blog. In the end, that's our goal. First, the outline. So we'll see how it goes then for right now. Okay, so I'm going to make an outline, and then I wonder if we can't do something clever, use the SERPs again, like potentially use Apify and search Google News or something. That might be nice. And then we try to weave something unique here. So we've got a very nice outline. Okay. Yeah, it's just enormous. It's just absolutely enormous. Okay, so we've got that. Now I could save this in Word, for example. Let's do one more thing to inform this article in an attempt to make it outstanding and unique. So let's use our Apify MCP tool and search Google News for current events that might have some link to Libra or that would be useful in illustrating. Now, this is really illustrating our opinions and our thoughts on this key phrase topic. Return maximum 5 distinct unique possibilities. We'll see if this works. Let's see what it does. Separate Libra's news, that's nice. Exactly. Okay, so there's an easy Google News scraper. Let's allow it. So look, he's already got a targeted keyword. This is pretty thorough. Now he wants multiple targets. This may reach our minimum, our context window token limit for this chat here. Hopefully he'll come back with something. But we have his thoughts here, and that's actually nice. See, so we just can feed this back to him. And then we've got this. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this guy in the meantime. So this is what we want to do. This is going to be the body. So I'm just going to use Word. I'm going to copy, paste it right in here just for the moment. All right. It looks like he's come up with something nice. So the sun entered Libra on September 20th. Okay, that's fine. That's official. The shift. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So news articles, claim your true self, beauty, grace, and harmony, joy sauce. So these are actually yoga journal. So it's actually nice. People.com. All right. Very nice. Okay. So I do this approach. See, this instantly makes us relevant and unique and also quite complete. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do these. So what I'll do is, so now I can actually give it these ones, and we're going to add that to our, okay, so here I am at the end. Here are additional items to inform and enhance the quality, relevance, and uniqueness of the article. So we'll give it to that, and then I'll just save this guy. What we're going to do now is, okay, I need you. Okay, so this is, you are a master article writer, journalist, and book author with okay, so once I do that, I'm just going to connect the file that I created in We Love Horoscope here called Libra Spirit Animals. Okay, so let's go. It really is just an enormous tome on the topic. So there it is. It's finished. So it's got to be several thousand words, and we can look at how many exactly shortly. But I'd like it, so one thing I've noticed is that you need to have Claude publish it so that when we upload it to WordPress, that the markup is respected. So can you publish it here inside of Claude Desktop so we get the formatting in Markdown? Let's see what it says. So we do have it, and we can use this, of course. But yeah, this is just what I wanted it to do. So we've got the whole article here. So then what we're going to do is actually, the next step is to request that it post to, it actually take the article and post it to our WordPress site. All right, so now I want you to use your Ideogram MCP tool and generate a beautiful, inspiring image in 16.9 for a for the featured image of a blog on Libra and its spirit animal. Can you do that? Back the URL that Ideogram gives you. Let's try it out. See what it does. So we've got the Ideogram working here. So it's definitely works. So this is the thing that you get here. So this is the funny part of MCP at the moment, is that there's a bit of hemming and hawing and a bit of dithering on the part of AI when it absolutely has created images in the past successfully. This whole workflow I have done from beginning to end flawlessly, but it seems to, at the moment at least, never fail to create to encounter some kind of trouble or failure, encounter an issue. It worked without, but fails with it. Okay. Okay. So it's interesting that it is making value judgments and it is troubleshooting. So that's unique. All right, look at that. Beauty. See, it comes up with it. And so we can immediately click this. I think, I don't know, it may, you always have to test it, because this one may not, oh, and there it was. See, it's in 1 by 1. So it's not perfect, but we can take it. So now I'm going to execute this workflow. What I'm going to do is, actually, I'm going to grab this. Here, let's stop listening for a second. So I want this to, I'm going to grab the production URL. This is the workflow in end that's going to upload the image to a WordPress. So let's execute it and then say, excellent, well done. Now take the image URL and send it to this webhook in the Ideogram to WordPress N8N workflow you have access to. You have notes on this process in the file you keep. So in the file you keep on my desktop. So we've discussed this in the past. So here it goes. So we have succeeded to do this, and we have even made notes about it. Yeah, very interesting. Yep. Okay. So it's very important for you to give Claude access to notes on your system. Otherwise, it will forget things, which I find strange, especially when juxtaposed to ChatGPT, which gets a lot of memory quite right. Yep. Yep. So there's some N8N workflow notes here. Uh-huh. Good. Yep. So we have instructed it to have a specific format. because if you don't give it a specific format, it will use a different one each time. All right, it looks like it did it. Quite nice. So what we'll do is pop on over here and look, boom. So it works. Excellent. Excellent. So what I'm going to do now is go back to the actual blog article. Okay, so now I've got the article here, right there. And so what I'm going to say is, all right, Claude, now is the time to do the final step and send this published blog article to welovehoroscope.com WordPress blog using the Libra category via your WordPress MCP tool. Upload and publish it. Okay, let's see. All right, so it has started. Looks like it found the category with 397. Now let's create and publish the article. Yep, there we go. And voila, check that out. And here we go. Let's see. Actually, if we can copy, paste it. Let's come on over here to this guy and punch. Okay, perfect. So there it is. Now the only thing that it hasn't done is make the image that we created the feature image. And there you have it. Check it out. It came through and posted it successfully to my blog, and here is the link. Now, the last thing we need to do is to give it a featured image. So very nice. So let's get to work on the image. Okay, so I have created several images already. I'm looking for the best. It's already been successful. I'm trying to get it into landscape. So I'm going to try one more time. It has created several images successfully, but for some reason it creates it in one very square. So I'm trying to get it into landscape, preferably 16 by 9. I did try 4.4 by 3 and it's coming close. So we'll see what happens here. All right, so it's getting quite quick. And so let's take a look at it. And that's actually fantastic. Really good job there. So the last thing, let me actually execute the workflow. So this is the N8N workflow that is going to take the image and compress it and upload it to WordPress. All right, so let's give it a shot. Now take that image URL and use your N8N work MCP tool to send it to the webhook. There, it is referenced in your notes on my desktop. Okay, so I've got it actually waiting for the trigger. So we'll go see what happens here. Excellent. So that's very quick. So let's take a look, and it's executed. And let's take a look at the media library here. So I've been doing a number of tests. And so there we have it. We have that one that we just made, uploaded, beautiful. And it's compressed and absolutely gorgeous. Okay, last but not least, let's tell it to, can you make the image, this one, which is, let's take a look. It is also post 5432 in WordPress, the featured image for the post, and then we'll go check our post. Actually, here it is right here. And use your WordPress MCP tool to make the image the featured image for this blog article. Okay. Get posts. Very nice. Hopefully it won't be too many posts. It's the most recent one. Okay. Yeah. Media ID 5432. Wow. And so that was actually quite quick. So here it is. Let's just refresh this. So it has no, and there we go. Look at that. So there I have it. I finally have demonstrated this from beginning to end. It's quite useful. It's not super fast at the moment, but it is high quality. So the result is absolutely gorgeous and legit and quality. We'll see if we can follow up on how this ranks or if it ranks. But yeah, I'll go into this post and I will edit it for SEO and optimize it, and then we can follow up potentially in a later video. All right, so that is great. All right, so I have done a bunch of optimization and put this focus keyword in all the right places. So to the extent that works, we'll see, but now this thing is completely finished and quite the work of art. Quite the masterpiece. So I'm gonna submit it to Google and let them index it and see how it goes. All right, guys, thanks for checking this out. Peace.